Alright, that's good, guys. Back for another episode. Yesterday, unfortunately, we did break our rules. Really just gotta make sure that we are locked in. I took a trade earlier today. This was the trade, but I actually got stopped out. Just because we had so much chop, I think I put it at one of these highs, got wicked up, and then literally went to TP, which is... man, especially when you're getting close to these opening times. 9:30 was what triggered that. Just got to be mindful. Based on our strategy here, we do have an opportunity. The first 15-minute candles have marked the high and the low. On a 15-minute, you can see the low here, high here. 5-minute, we've just had our closure above. So right now, I'm looking for entries for both of these positions here. Shifting into a 1-minute for both of these charts to refine the entry process. We've got 5 Topstep accounts reloaded, just going off the P&L we saw yesterday. Obviously, Topstep has the best risk to reward out of all of my trades so far. So we are going to enter in here, and also for ES. I'm going to enter in 3 micros as well. Stops just here. We're risking usually 300 per account, so I can afford to risk a bit more on the MNQ here, on both of these trades actually. MNQ, I'm going to look to buy 3 more. We're going to sell 1. Yep, so that's fine on MNQ. Take a slight loss, but that's okay. On ES here, just watching, we should see this respected. If not, because we're coming down with a bit of speed, we'll just look to get in back around here or so, but this should be our entry. If we're doing our 3 candle method, stops should realistically be about here. So where's our long position tool? This is ideally what we'd be looking at here. And if we get a 1 to 2.5 R, that puts us right at our target that we need of 700. I've got it back to front, that explains why. 300 risk, 750 profit is what we should be aiming for. So if we can hit 750 on both sides, that's our 1,500 for the day sorted. It looks like we might run a little bit lower than anticipated here. My stop should really be 1, 2, 3, this low right here. So the 3 micros actually works quite well for MES here. Gone a little bit gung-ho on NQ. But again, just targeting 750 for both of these accounts here. Just going to mark our higher time frame levels as well. On ES, it looks like we'd be making pretty much a full recovery back near all-time highs, which is a little bit ambitious if I'm going to be honest. On NQ, yeah, it's a bit more feasible. I don't know why ES is going a lot stronger than MNQ here. That's definitely interesting to see. But both of these positions in the green now, which is good. And we're just going to let the trade do its thing. I will see if I can actually get an adjustment here. Going back to the 1 minute. Because we didn't break this low here. So if we close above these highs, we'll look to add into our position and then just adjust our stop loss to here. Being mindful of 10:10, it's usually a reversal time frame. So we'll just keep that in mind. But for now, I should keep it at where it was. I think that's decent enough here. Let's see if we've got enough juice to keep going higher. Approaching stop loss on this 1 minute. On MNQ here, we did use the 5-minute stop loss on ES. We used the 1 minute on NQ. So if we're doing the 3 rule, it would have been 1, 2, 3, set the low all the way down here, which is definitely going to be above and beyond our stop limit for each trade. So yeah, we'll keep it right here where it is. If we do get stopped out, then again, it just adds more confluence to do the 3 candle rule. But for now, we're just going to see if this 1 minute low can act as enough support for us here. It looks like we're going to get stopped out here. Yep. Alright, so stopped out, that's fine. See if we can get back in here. Alright, so entering 3 here. It's actually a bit better than if we had our entry in here. Stop loss would have still been at this low, rather than having entry here and then stops all the way down here. Better entry point. We're continuing to spill though. Crazy pullback to the downside here. Alright, buyers might be stepping back in here. Okay, so M15. Looks like we're coming back to this region here. We didn't take out the equal highs. There's a bunch of equal highs resting right here, which I think is going to be a high yielding target. It does look like we want to spill a bit lower here. There's the VWAP tap. Very close to our stop loss right here. Again, using the 3 candle rule, our stop should be right here. Let's see if we can get some sort of a bounce back now. Looking for the 3 candle. 1, 2, 3 here. Yep. So stops correct here. Nice bounce back here. On NQ, looking for a closure above VWAP here, and then entering in another 3 positions. I'm going pretty aggressive just because it's combine phase, looking to hit just that 1.5k on the day. So personal daily profit target, just go a little bit over to account for fees. 1.5 usually works out. Nice, decent push back up here. Beautiful reaction, as we can see. Adjust TP a little bit higher as we are running. Got stopped out. Wow, what a turnaround. So looking for 1,100 essentially. If we can push up here on ES, which I think is going to be all-time highs, so I'm not too sure how feasible that is. It's a crazy reaction right there. There's that strategy working into play. I should have just probably moved my stops a bit higher. Look to see if we can get in once again, just because we are absolutely motoring right now. See if we can ride the momentum. Just going to adjust stops here. Arriving at the right time will really do a lot of the heavy lifting when it comes to your trades here. Let's see if we get a decent push up here. Continuation. Took out all of that liquidity. Looks like we're just going to be gunning. Hopefully we can hit our profit target. This is really my strategy when it comes to combine. You want to just get to that funded stage as soon as possible. Waiting for the right times, 9:30, lots of volatility. I can only really afford to do this on Fridays though. Bit of a pullback here, which is not ideal. Don't really want to be giving back that full 300 here. Just be patient with it. Yep, nice. Ideally we just keep pumping from here. Yes. Dang. That's a 4-hour chart. Looks like we're still pumping on both of these. So all looking gravy for now. A little bit of pushes on both and we're there. Stops to break even here. Definitely don't need to be giving anything back right now. 200 to go. Just playing around here. We'd definitely be expecting a retrace at some point, but ideally push just for that little bit more. Alright, almost there. Almost there. The way that we're going, we're probably going to shoot over just a little bit. Looks like it wants to start reversing here, so I'll probably look to get out of this position. Yeah, we're creating a lot of wick, so I'm just going to get out of the ES trade there, lock in our profit. Looks like we want to start reversing. I'm just going to let MNQ, just because we've got a bit more room to go. For ES, we're already pretty much near all-time highs once again, and we could find a little bit of resistance here on this daily CIBI, whereas for MNQ we've still got a bunch of these pockets to potentially fill. Let's just wait and see. We have just taken significant liquidity though, so let's not fight the trend. Don't try and pick the top of this move. Stay with the momentum for the time being. Even 1,000 on the day is truly decent, so we don't need to rush the process here. It just helps if we can get a decent trade on Monday. All accounts are good to go. Expecting definitely a little bit of a pullback. The micros for now. Looks like we might be pushing lower a little bit. Looking for 400 here. S looks primed a bit more for lower PA. Just based on the previous wicks here, we've obviously had one engulfing candle here now, so I'm going to try a short if we can close under this CIBI. If we push back up above, we'll just continue to look for longs. MNQ, yeah, looks like we're engulfing this already, so still going to push. Wait for the closure. Okay. Decent closure. I'm going to go for it on MNQ here. Only needing about 400 or so. 415. Just going to trail my stop, do the 3 method here. It's not ideal. This is looking like we want a movement to the downside, so we'll look for short play here. Stops just above these highs. 750 will take us to our target. Trying to see what sort of closure we get. Again, we still predominantly want to be long just based on the reactions that we've seen, but it would make sense for a little bit of a pullback here. See if we can get a bearish closure again here. And Q is looking to make new highs. Got faked out. Once again. It's a bit annoying. Just got to jump in on the trend pushing higher really. I don't know why I was trying to fight that there. But just be mindful of 10-10 reversal too. So 10-10 usually is a reversal time frame. So if this is a funded account, like we take that first trade, we lock ourselves out, we're done for the day. But just with these combines, we'll try run it to hit that target. We get a SMT potentially. It would take the high on ES now too. See where we end up as we approach 10-10 here. If we just want to rocket higher, then that's essentially what we'll do. Crazy PA today. Still struggling to push significantly higher from where we're at. We'll just see if we get a bit of a spike of momentum here, or whether we do get that 10-10 reversal. Okay. And Q starting to fold here, so we're going to take the short, really tight stops. Alright, and Q's looking decent, coming down. We're just letting the time do the work for us here. So that time for reversal play is usually around that 10-10 mark. And we'll just see what the trade wants to do. It's going to add into another position just purely based on time. Does look like we want to pop a little bit higher here. That's okay. Where are we at? So 900 is really where we need to be. We'll go half the position that we have here. Looking for just a little move to the downside, that's all. Nothing crazy. I do think we're struggling to get higher. I like that NQ's respected that as well. Again, just letting the time do the work for us here. Last few seconds on MNQ, that's where my focus is, just making sure we still hold that CB. Could be one final total here. Nope. Still pushing higher. Straight in for a long position here on ES. Look to do the same on MNQ. Not getting our 10-10 reversal, so more than likely it's just going to be continuation. to the upside. Don't need to risk as much on MAQ. And this should be our last final trade. Just trying to see where these levels are. Yeah, so it's essentially nearly all-time highs. For ES, based on that reaction, I don't see us slowing down anytime soon. Should have just stayed with the trend, to be honest, from the jump. Got to try these things, especially on Combine. I just have no fear, which is bad. That's probably why I have blown all those accounts, to be fair. I think even if it's a Combine, just stick to proven strategies that we're going to run with. So yeah, we're just going to let the trade hopefully run TP here. Just going to see if we can make any adjustments. Definitely don't need to risk that much of our position. We can pretty much go break even on this one here. Alright, that should be us. I'm going to go get a drink. Hopefully we're all good by the time I get back. We're back. We'll go break even here too now. We've hit key levels now, I think, for both ES and Q. It's a bit annoying. Bouncing back on NQ here. Decent reaction. Switch to 15-second here. Yeah, nice. Let's add in. So looking for about 1,200 here. Stops can go just in case we want to move lower. Good stop loss push. We've hit that 4-hour civvy now, which is why we're having a bit of reaction away. Would make sense, especially after that crazy move. Hit this hourly as well. It would make sense that we start retracing a little bit here. Let's run it. See if we can hit TP from this move now. Just got to be very quick at adjusting stops with this much size on. Back to break even, just gonna take ourselves out. We're pretty much just doing real tiny micro scalps here now. Very nice reaction here as well. Tracing up for a little bit. I don't think we need to go too heavy on the size here. Nice. Beautiful. Alright, adding into the position here. Adjusting stops. This should be our TP here. Nice. Gonna move to break even here. And this is just like the strategy for trading with really heavy size. We're still taking profit at each turn. We're slowly adding in as quick as we can, but hopefully we can push down for this TP and then we are locked out. $1,510, and that is us for the day. We definitely took this the hard way. Like, we really didn't need to go that crazy with it, but if we had just held on to the position, I could never have anticipated this at this time. That was a crazy move. Feels definitely like manipulation. Like, that is definitely being pre-planned, but looks like we had a TGIF today, so we've had a bearish week Monday up until today, Friday obviously, and now we've pushed back up into the range. I do think we're actually going to push a little bit lower, to be fair, just because we've inverted all this on a daily level. Depends actually on a weekly where we close. If we close all the way back up here, it's going to be pretty insane. But I do think we've got spots on a weekly level to go and fill. Monthly is going to be interesting to see how we close as well. So we'll see how the next few weeks goes, because we've still got this big BISI and this one in here as well. If you want to continue this uptrend, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight months of bullish PA. So yeah, definitely at least 1 or 2 months in there where we would be expecting price to go a little bit lower. But yeah, all in all, super blessed, super grateful. I'm going to clear all these and just lock them all out. Just make sure they're all at the same price too, because sometimes they can go a little bit weird. But 1.5, we're going to lock ourselves out. 1.5 locked out. Beauty. I didn't pay for all these accounts. I think when Topstep had this new dashboard, they gave a bunch of free accounts. I linked as many of them together as I could. Traded using NQ, didn't use MNQ, just blew them all. So many opportunities to get payouts for free, and I just wasted them. The hard thing when it comes to copy trading, you really got to know what you're doing to ensure you're not doing anything dumb on all the accounts. But yeah, we thank God. Obviously, prayer session beforehand as well, meditating, journaling. I'm about to go journal right now, telling myself that I overtraded. I traded very, very poorly, but we're in the combine stage now. My strategy, usually I do this past day one, have a 1.5 day, and then because the trailing drawdown, I always think I've got 48 as my max loss limit. I'm really just going to try and take it slow and steady for the next week, see if we can get all of these accounts funded, and then from there we'll just trade properly. And I think that builds that habit of what we're looking for. So yeah, thanks for joining. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of DGM trading. Wishing everyone a safe and blessed weekend, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.